All right, welcome to the presentation, guys, on how to permanently transform your body with zero food restrictions or life changes, no matter how busy you are. My name is Michael Chu, and I'm excited to share with you guys my story, but most importantly, exactly what you need to start to win with these areas. I'm going to click this timer here in a second, and we're going to start when it gets to zero. So before we do that, if you want to go grab a drink, a glass of water, a pen and a piece of paper to jot down some notes with, go ahead and grab that real quick. If you're all settled and ready to go, I'm going to be quick. I don't want to waste your time. We are going to get started just here in a second. But I do want to know where you're watching from. I'm from New Jersey. I live in Austin, Texas today. And so if you want to go to the comment section and let me know where you're watching from, I'd love to get to know you guys here as well. But I'm so excited about this presentation because it was years and not too long ago that I felt completely stuck, frustrated, and like I was struggling with this area. In fact, that picture that you see over there on the left, that was me crushing it in business. I was one of the top sales managers in my company. But deep down inside, I was stuck. I was frustrated. I felt insecure about how my body looked. My energy was low, and most importantly, I felt like I already knew how to be in shape because I grew up an athlete. I was a 10-time national karate champion, so I thought I knew everything about how to be in shape, but as you can see there, it wasn't leading to the results that I wanted. And for 8 years, I felt like I tried everything, but the balance between being super busy, working a ton, building a business, and trying to stay in shape felt impossible, and most importantly, it started to feel like nothing out there the health and fitness world was giving was working for me. So I'm going to click this timer here, and if any of you relate to that, you're in the right place. Because I know the industry out there has so much information, but I joke with people that there's so much information that a lot of people are what I call info beasts. They're fat with information. That's exactly where I was just a couple years ago. You know, between all the different ways to lose weight with nutritional plans from vegan to keto to paleo, right? To all the different things out there. And then if you just go Google how to lose weight, how to get a six-pack, whatever it is that your goal is, if you're anything like me, I have done Google searches like that before, and I finished the Google search more confused about what worked for me and what I should do than when I started. And it can be really confusing. And I'm proud to say that picture you see on the right here as we get started was just recent. I got back from a 3-week trip where I was in Jersey visiting family. Then I was in Philadelphia at my best friend's wedding. And then my girlfriend and I were in Spain for 10 days. And during this 3 weeks, just a couple years ago, I would have believed that that would have been my doomsday. I would have put 5 to 10 pounds back on, or vacation would have had to be miserable because I would have been that guy on a diet. But the picture that you see there, I came back, I stressed about food at no point. I ate whatever I wanted. We ate a ton of gelato and ice cream. I worked out when I wanted, how I wanted. And the best part is I really believe I came back in better shape than when I left. And it was just a couple years ago that would have felt completely impossible to me. It would have felt like a whole nother world. That was for somebody else, for other types of people, but not for me. And that's why I came back from that trip excited to share this presentation and share with you guys what I feel like are the secrets that I've learned from my own struggles, from my own frustrations over the last couple of years. So the timer obviously is at zero. Hopefully you have a pen and a piece of paper. Let's get started. So who is this presentation for? If you're the type of person listening in and you struggle getting weight off, or you struggle sustaining it. I talk to people all the time and they tell me they're like the masters of losing 5 to 10 pounds. They try this program, they lose 10 pounds, and then all of a sudden things get crazy. They put it back on. They lose 5 pounds trying this workout program. It doesn't seem to fit their schedule. They put it all back on. And if that's you, this is definitely going to add a lot of value for you. You're going to want to listen in. If you're like me, like I was just explaining, maybe time management's your issue. You feel like you know a lot about how to lose weight or how to get into shape, but putting it all together in your life, whether you're a parent, whether you work a lot of hours, whether you own your own business, it just feels like as an adult now, what worked as a 16, 17, and 18-year-old high school athlete might not be working for you today. Or you feel disgusted and hate the way you look, whether it's you look in the mirror and you hate the way you look with clothes on or clothes off, you just don't feel confident. And you might even be confident on the outside to other people. But when you look in the mirror, because I can relate to this was me, there were certain parts of my body that I just felt like, why can't I, no matter what I do, get to transform, get to change, create the physique that I wanted? And I found myself comparing myself to others. And some of you guys might say, well, you didn't look that bad. But I think all of that's relative, right? Because if it still causes you to feel low confidence or have low self-esteem or feel like you just can't figure it out, it still causes the same pains and frustrations, regardless if you're 100 pounds overweight or 30 pounds overweight. And maybe you're someone that needs someone to hold you accountable. You don't have the support maybe in your relationship or at work or within your family. And you know that if you had someone in your corner, it would make winning in this area much easier for you. So this would be for you then. Or if you're the type of person that has low energy or you crash during the day, whether it's midday or the end of the day, you just don't have the energy by the end of the workday to give your all to your relationships. Or you just feel mentally and physically and emotionally done by the middle of the day and it's hard to focus and you're not giving your best because of that, then this is for you. And maybe you're the type of person that to everybody else, things look really good. Maybe you're winning financially. Professionally, you're a leader in your career and you have a lot of great things going. That's a lot of the types of people that I work with because I really think that was me in many ways. But then deep down inside, you have this low confidence or self-esteem when it comes to your body. You're the type of person that when you do something, you want to make it happen, but you can't seem to figure out why this area is not happening for you. And you've gotten to a point you're tired of quick fixes. You know that that's not what you need. Whether it's you've tried every diet pill, diet program under the sun, every workout program at your gym, 12-week this, 90-day that, and you just know quick fixes is not for you because just as quickly as you lose it, you put it all back on even faster. Or you're tired of trainers that make you feel like this should be easy. They talk to you like, come on, just meal prep. Like that should be easier. Why don't you have the motivation to come to the gym every day? And when trainers used to talk to me like that, it's not that I was angry at them, but I felt like you don't understand my life. Everything between how much I travel to the hours I work, working weekends and evenings. Sometimes it just felt like, yeah, it's easy for you because being in the gym is your life. But for me, being in shape was important to me, but I had a lot of other things going on as well. Or maybe your love life is suffering because you can't figure this area out. You don't feel confident in the bedroom, or your energy or your confidence is low, so it's hurting your dating life. And lastly, a lot of people that I talk to, they just struggle in general with the balance between business and body is what I call it, right? Like they give all their focus to work, but then at the cost of their own health. So then they try and focus on their health, but they're scared that that means it's going to compromise or sacrifice their income. And figuring out how to win with both at the same time is an area that you feel stuck with. You get a couple good weeks going and then you have to travel for a work trip. Or you get a couple consistent weeks at the gym and then it's end of quarter and you got to put a ton of hours in to close out the quarter and all of a sudden all your progress slows down. And it feels hard to figure out a flow to win with both. If you relate to any of these, then this without a doubt is for you. You might even feel, like I said earlier, you know a ton about being in shape. But if it's not leading to the results that you want, even though you know a lot, then this is definitely for you. Because you might be info beast, like I was explaining earlier, and it's causing you to feel like you've tried everything. And that feeling of having tried everything and it's starting to feel impossible leads you to start to believe it's you. And that does a lot to someone's confidence, even if you don't realize it. At least for me, when I felt like I had tried everything and I still wasn't burning fat around my belly, I still wasn't creating the muscular physique that I wanted, I wasn't losing the body fat that I wanted, I started to believe three things. Tell me if you relate to this. I started to believe that A, it was my age. I was getting closer to 30 years old at that point. B, I started to believe that it was my work schedule. I was just too busy. And three, I even started to believe it was my genetics. Like I would tell myself that Asian people just don't get muscular, or that's just the way my family's bodies are built. And truth is, all of that is crap because I didn't know the things that I'm going to teach you today. And I hope maybe you relate to some of that. And it might not be the same stories or excuses I was telling myself, but what are they for you? Is it that you're a parent now? Is it your hours? Is it your genetics? Is it where you live? Is it where you grew up? What is it for you that you start to believe that you just can't win in this area? Because I'm telling you, whatever it is, it's not true, but you need a different blueprint. You need a different roadmap. And if you're the type of person that maybe wants to be there for your kids or grandkids, and maybe you do worry if you'll be there, long enough to really enjoy and be there for them and enjoy the relationship with them. Maybe you desire some mental relief or stress relief. You're just super overwhelmed. And you're the type of person that expects more from yourself. You want to lead within your family, or you want to lead your people at work. And you, in general, want to be the best version of yourself for all of your relationships, starting with the one with yourself, but you just can't seem to put it all together. And if that's you, this is definitely for you. You're in the right place, and so I'm excited to share with you. But at the same time, I don't want to waste your time if this isn't for you. And so if you're the type of person that doesn't truly want to improve your self-esteem or health, then you're not going to want to watch this presentation. If anything, if you're the type of person that just wants more information, go to Google. Because more information in many cases is not what people need at this point. So if that's you, you don't really want to make a change. You don't truly care to improve your self-esteem, your physique, or your health, then this is not for you. If you know you're the type of person who whines a lot or has a victim mentality, this is also not for you. And if you're a know-it-all, you know everything about nutrition or everything about how to get into shape, even though you're still stuck and don't have the results you want, don't waste your time watching this presentation. And also, if you're small-minded or scarcity-focused, that it leads you to be the type of person that makes excuses and not be an action taker, then this is definitely not a presentation you're going to want to watch. If you're a tire kicker or you're an excuse maker and it causes you to not be coachable, this is not for you. And if you don't truly want to lose body fat or transform your body, also not for you. But most importantly, if you don't want to create a lifestyle transformation, this is not for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are some people out there that just want to lose 30 pounds in 6 weeks. Right? I talk to people sometimes, they're like, hey, Mike, can you help me lose 20 pounds by my vacation to Mexico? I'm like, when's your vacation? They're like, in 3 weeks. There are some people like that. But this is then not for you. Because those are the same people that are okay losing 20 pounds as quickly as possible, but in a way that's not sustainable, and then they put all 20 pounds and more back on afterwards. Versus people who create something as a lifestyle, lose 20, 40, 60, 80 pounds. I even have some people following what I'm going to teach you today down 100 pounds. But the best part is they keep it off. They make it a lifestyle for 1, 3, 5 years, and they feel confident it's something that they'll continue to be able to do forever. So if you don't want that, if you don't want a lifestyle transformation, you just want to lose weight as fast as possible, but then know you'll put it all back on, then this is not for you. But most importantly, if you also value money more than your life, and you might say, who does that? Well, having been in this space now for a bit, there are some people like that, and no judgment. But they value money more than their relationships, their own health, than their life. And if that's you as well, don't waste your time watching this presentation. Okay? So, if you're clear now that what we're going to cover today will make a difference in your life and that this is for you, I want you to imagine for a second what your life would look like if you knew you could train and eat however you wanted without sacrificing your life, your profession, or your health, no matter how busy you are. Because like I started at the beginning of this presentation, that picture of me in Spain just a few weeks ago, it would have been years ago that I believed that was never possible, that I would have had to sacrifice the fun I would have had on that vacation. Or I believed that I would have had to sacrifice time I was able to pour into my profession. That I would have believed it was impossible to win in all those areas. And I'm telling you today, that's not the case anymore. So just imagine for a second, if you knew you could do this, train and eat however you wanted without sacrificing your life, your profession, or your health. What would that mean for your next vacation? Knowing you could eat all the gelato and ice cream, or not have to be that guy on a diet while on vacation, and you could enjoy the foods you wanted on any trip you went on. Knowing, though, that you wouldn't come back 20 pounds overweight, knowing that you would have created health as a lifestyle for you, and that you would come back in just as good, if not better shape than when you left. What would that mean for you? What would that mean for your business trips if you could be fully present mentally and physically and emotionally, and not have to be the guy at a networking dinner asking for a special menu or on a diet? And that you could enjoy the business trip, but also bring your best because of the confidence you had in your own body. What would this mean for your energy and your motivation? If you knew you had pure energy that was through the roof, and it led to motivation to actually do the things maybe you've been talking about doing, but taking no action, or you've been saying you're going to do even, and dabbling with, but not following through. What would it mean for your life if you had the energy and the motivation to do all the things that would make you the best version of yourself? What difference would this make in your relationships, both in the bedroom and outside the bedroom? If you were confident, you were proud of the way you looked, to the point where you almost wanted to show it off because you were so proud of how you looked. What would that mean in your relationships? And most importantly, what would that do for your own confidence and just the emotional relationship you have with yourself? And what difference would that make in all the other areas of your life? And the best part is doing this without having to be dependent on a coach for the rest of your life. What I mean by that is you learned how to win in this area to the point where you felt confident you could make this a part of who you are forever. So I'm going to break down in a minute here the science on how you can do that in your own life and how it's worked for hundreds and thousands of other people, including myself. So what we're going to do in the next 45 minutes is we're going to teach you how to create the lifestyle of your dreams by eating whatever you want without sacrificing your life, your business, or your health or appearance, and how you could even spend much less time in the gym or not even go to the gym at all and still look amazing. It's up to you. Because I had a trainer just tell a friend of ours recently, she wants to lose weight and get into shape for her wedding. And this trainer told her that she shouldn't even bother signing up with him if she couldn't come to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. And that's just not true. You can get great results 2 to 3 times a week or going less than what trainers tell you. I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. I'm going to teach you how to stop relying on programs and trainers every time, because every time you think about losing weight, you think, what program should I get on? You think, I should sign up for this 12-week this and 30-day this. Instead, imagine if you could get your degree in training and nutrition once and for all, that you didn't have to rely on programs. You knew you could make this happen anytime, anywhere in your own life and make it last forever. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. But most importantly, or the best part is, in a scientifically proven and ruthlessly tested format to build the health and body of your dreams using one simple formula over and over and over again. The best part is this has worked for me, this has worked for clients, and it works every time when it's followed because of the science behind it. So this isn't going to be some gimmick or fad diet or some sales pitch just to get you emotionally high. This is going to be backed with science, proof, examples that you're going to be able to learn a ton and implement, and it can make a major difference in your life. So if you're wondering or just trying to get an idea of what we're going to cover here today, know that this is a legit and proven strategy for high performers. How's that sound? And the main difference between this and maybe other webinars or presentations that I know I've clicked on online before and ended up on, and then, throughout it, I'm like, what the heck am I even listening to right now? The main difference is that nothing is for sale here. Nothing is for sale here. So you can put your wallet in your car, you can give it to your significant other, you can put it away, you can put it back in your pocket, but nothing is for sale here. All we're going to do, my goal is to add a ton of value. Like I said, me being on that trip recently is what inspired me and got me excited to share this with you, because it's worked for me. And I was stuck for 8 years in the same place that I'm sure many of you are. And I wish I knew years ago what I now know today. And that is proven content and strategies that will revolutionize your health and appearance. And I promise. Why? Because you don't have to take my word for it. The proof is there in how it works with so many other people in similar situations to you. Just like Jake on the left over here. Jake is from Michigan, and his main belief, he grew up an athlete, is that he already knew how to get back into shape, but he believed that his career and business was not at a place that he could, quote unquote, start to focus on his health. In other words, guys, what did that mean? He thought focusing on his health was going to require sacrifice from his business, that it was going to require a ton of time in the gym, meal prepping, etc. Time that he felt at that point in his business he just didn't have yet. So he kept telling himself, a couple years from now, a year from now, when I get my business to blank point, then I can take care of myself. And sooner or later, he realized that for him to really grow his business faster than ever before, it started first with taking care of himself. And so he took the leap of faith. He started to follow the methods that I'm going to teach you here today. And here's the coolest part. He had his best year in business ever, up over 40% in income from the year before. And he lost 30 pounds at the same time. Or there's examples like Sam on the right here from Puerto Rico. And Sam believed that she had tried everything already and nothing was working for her anymore. Why? She believed it was that she was in her mid-30s now, so her quote-unquote metabolism is slowed down. She believed growing up in Puerto Rico, there was just foods that she loved that were making her fat, though, because she didn't want to give them up completely. And lastly, she believed that she just works a ton, and she was stressed and overwhelmed, that she just believed she didn't have the time to get into great shape. And you see here at her 90-day mark, down 25 pounds, and feeling more confident in her body than ever before. But most importantly, feeling confident that she was on the right track to keep it going forever and to get into absolutely the best shape of her life. So the proof is there. Now, why should you stick around either way, even though you're going to learn a ton here on this presentation? And I'm going to teach you 3 pillars and add tons of value for you. But either way, stick around, because at the end, I want to give you the guide to 6 packs and 7 figures. And I know there's tons of information out there on how to lose weight. I really believe there's nothing else out there like this. Because why I struggled to lose weight for so long is because I believed one main thing. I was too busy. And that's why I developed this guide here, the Sustainable Fitness Solution for Busy People, people who travel weekly, people who are on the road a lot, people who have schedules that change all the time that could cause you to miss a gym schedule or gym class, people who work into the evenings, work weekends, or maybe it's not work, maybe just between having kids, your schedule is always changing and always crazy. And I'm going to teach you how to get into the best shape of your life while building either your 7-figure empire, your business, your family, but no matter how busy you are, how to get into the best shape of your life. Everything from the mentalities to the strategies and how to implement it. And so if you're the type of person that also likes to go through information at your own pace, then you're going to get this entire guide that you'll be able to go through on your own. And I'm going to make sure you get that at the end. Now, we normally charge for this guide, but because you're going through this training, I want to gift this to you and send this to you absolutely free at no charge at the end. So just for sticking around, you're going to get this guide either way, along with the value that we're going to cover on this presentation. So we're going to get to it here in a second. So don't rush off, but make sure you stay to the end so you get this guide and take notes along the way So between the presentation and the guide, you are going to have the strategies and solutions you finally have been looking for. Okay, so if this sounds like you, okay, and you are struggling to keep weight off sustainably, you're constantly losing weight and then gaining it all back, or you're struggling to get your body to look the way you want, you've come to the right place. In fact, I'd love to know if you believe this is you. And I know that might be vulnerable for you to share, but just in the comments, even if you're relating to anything I'm saying, tell me in the comments what you're relating to as far as what you have felt stuck with before, or any of these things that I'm going through. For example, you could say, I feel like I've tried everything, or I feel stuck, or I'm too busy, or I do feel confused, or even defeated. I don't know what to do. Okay, feel free to share that in the comments, because that helps me make sure that we have the best information based on what you're struggling with, but it also helps me know that you relate to what I'm saying here. So if you could do that in the comments, what are you relating to that I was stuck with, that tons of our other clients were stuck with, that you might be relating to as well? Okay, maybe you're afraid to end up like your parents or a family member. We talk to people often that unfortunately lost a loved one, a parent, way too soon, in their 60s, maybe even their 50s, from poor health, and you are terrified of that being you as well. Or maybe you're relating to being a rock star professionally. Right? In the business world, you are the man or the woman. You're the woman. But then you feel completely unaligned when it comes to your personal life. Maybe at work you even preach like no excuses. Find a way. Give it your all. Be your best. But then you know you're not being that version of yourself in your own personal life, whether it be because you're making excuses why you can't work out, or you feel stuck, or you feel overwhelmed, and it causes you to feel unaligned with what you preach and who you are professionally and who you're not personally. But you know you're the type of person that does want to show up more powerfully at work for your people. Or maybe you've lost a bunch of weight already. I think of clients like Taylor and many others who maybe feel stuck because they've already lost some weight and now they can't move the needle another inch. I have another client, Olivia, who is stuck in the same place. Or you've lost the weight, but your physique doesn't match it. You have loose skin, or you don't feel like you have the muscular physique you want, even though the scale says you've lost a lot of weight. And there's a lot of mistakes people make when just trying to lose weight, and they still don't create the body that they want. Do you relate to that? Or is it a lack of confidence that you're relating to the point where maybe even you feel depressed or stressed? Maybe anxiety is swallowing you up because you can't stand to look at yourself or let others see you in public situations or even privately. And most importantly, you feel stuck and stressed about this because you are trying everything. You are putting in the effort and it's just not working for you. Maybe you relate to that. Or you're tired, have little to no energy. You know you're reliant on tons of drinks or substances just to get through the day. And that's impacting your work, your mental state, your relationships, and maybe you relate to that. So what is it that you're relating to that you feel stuck with? Let us know in the comment section. Maybe you're sick of coaches that make you feel like this should just be easy. Come on, don't you have a little more discipline? Don't you have more willpower? Why aren't you motivated to do this? Why can't you figure this out? And it almost feels like they're talking down to you. Or maybe it feels like they're talking in a way that confuses you. Or maybe they're the greatest person in the world, but they just don't relate to your life. Because their profession, their work is to be at the gym daily, it's hard for them, and not their fault, to relate to someone who struggles to even find the time to get to the gym 2 to 3 times, is on the road traveling 50, 75, 100,000 miles a year, in hotels often. Because that was me. That's where I felt stuck. And so, yeah, they could tell me to meal prep one week, but then I was on the road the next 3 weeks of the month. Maybe you relate to that. Or you crave the attention you used to get from your loved one when you first started dating, but no longer receive. I had a client who told me they dieted and worked out intensely during the courting phase of their relationship. But as the relationship went on, they put 50 pounds on over a 2-year window. And their significant other literally looked at them and said, "You are not the same person that I started dating." And maybe you relate to that. Or you have health, physique, and confidence goals, but you have zero idea at this point on how to get there. And it's not because of a lack of information out there. You have no certainty on what's going to actually work for you without it being miserable. And what you need is something that's easy and, most importantly, predictable, that you could have certainty will work for you without having to sell your soul to the gym and to broccoli. Right? Because if you just had to eat broccoli every day, that sounds freaking miserable. And if you believe you had to be at the gym 6 or 7 days a week, that would feel almost impossible for you. And I'm telling you, that's exactly what you need. That I thought didn't exist years ago. Because I thought the only way to get into shape was for it to be miserable. And I'm excited to tell you that's not the case. And that's why I keep telling you, I've been where you are. And I want to show you what works for me and works for our clients. That picture you see on the left there, that was me for the very first time in my life. Not confident enough to take my shirt off to go into the ocean. I was at one of my favorite bars in Ocean City, Maryland. If you've ever been before, it's a bar called Secrets. And all my friends were getting ready to go into the ocean. I'll never forget it. And taking their shirts off, etc. And even though I was making a lot of money and doing great professionally, it was the first time I felt completely no confidence about how my body looked. And the worst part is I'd been trying a lot of things. I had been a vegan. I was following workout programs. I had tried these workout plans from magazines and things I found online, and nothing was working for me until I discovered what I'm going to share with you today. And that's where, obviously what you see on the right there, the picture on the right, that was me on an incentive trip, through my company. So I was crushing it professionally. But I was trying to flex my arms there in that picture. I was trying to suck my gut. And I just believed that was me at the point where I believed like lower belly fat and stomach fat was just the way my body was built. It was just the way my family's physiques were. And that having a six-pack or creating the muscular physique that would cause me to have the confidence that I wanted was impossible. But as you see in both pictures, I found a way to rid of all those excuses, to rid of all that doubt, and to actually create the results that I wanted. So if any of this feels like you, I got awesome news for you. None of these things are actually the problem. They're just symptoms. So what's the real problem? Like me, chances are you're stuck in what I call the old model. I told you I grew up a 10-time national karate champion. I was a varsity athlete growing up. So it's not like I had never been in shape. It's not that I didn't know things about being in shape. But what I knew was from what I would consider the old model. And I hadn't yet upgraded to these 3 necessary new model principles I'm going to show you today. And when you learn these models, you get more freedom and flexibility. As I've told you, I've been able to go on vacations and travel and stay in great shape. You can do it while eating what you want, when you want. I have people tell me all the time, like, can I eat after 8 o'clock? My mom says I'm getting fat because I eat late at night. I eat at whatever times I want to, and I understand the science that I'm going to teach you, and it allows me to stay in the best shape of my life. It's going to allow you to maximize your time with family and friends. Because I used to think that I had to sacrifice family time because I had to go to the gym again. Or I finally went to family events, and I was that person that was like, Mom, I can't eat anything you made because I'm on a diet. And that was always really frustrating. And no more bad relationships because of a lack of confidence in your own body, romantically included. You get to finally enjoy higher energy. Imagine without coffee, without drinks, having pure energy in the middle of the day, at the end of the day, and enough energy to give to your kids, to your coworkers, to your significant other, and to yourself. And when you figure this out, no more low confidence or self-esteem. And you might even say, well, I'm pretty confident already. The part is that I said the same things. And there is an amazing next level of confidence when you love at the highest levels how you look. Not for others, but first and foremost for yourself. The achievement of overcoming something that you felt stuck with. And you can do this with little to less time in the gym. That's up to you. But the most important part is you can stop guessing. Because how much mental and emotional energy is being spent, maybe you don't even realize it, trying to figure it out. doing your own research, guessing. And that mental and emotional energy could go towards relationships, your work, etc. And the peace that you would have without needing to spend all that time thinking and guessing. Because I'll tell you, it feels incredible when you have certainty you will have and can win with your body. That certainty and that clarity starts to trickle into all the other areas of your life. And I believe all ships rise with the tide. You start to win with yourself, and you start to win in all the other areas of your life too. So let this system do the hard work for you. I know you might be saying, well, Mike, what's the system? Get to it. I'm about to do that for you. So make sure you have your pen and paper ready. But literally, I believe this is the only do-it-your-way plan on the market to live life on your terms. And I say that being somebody who bought every workout program I could find online, right? Read every Men's Health magazine, ripped out every feature workout of the month in the middle, tried what I felt like was everything. I had been pescatarian, vegetarian, vegan, keto, and paleo, and nothing seemed to be working for me because those programs don't work around your lifestyle. They make you completely change your lifestyle at times, and that is not sustainable. So what do you actually need to know as we get into the main pillars of what I'm going to share with you today? That after the training today, you'll know how to make your life simple in this area again while eating what you want, whether that be pizza or ice cream, while spending less time in the gym, regaining your confidence, building back relationships, and getting back to what I call the good life. The good life is where you have freedom and flexibility in this area. The good life is when you can win with your relationships, with work, and your personal health. And one doesn't have to sacrifice or compromise the other. That they can all work and flow together. And I know it might feel like to you, is that even possible? And that's why I've shared my story and others so often to hopefully give you confidence that this will and can work for you. And this system is designed to simplify health, not make it more confusing for you, while making you actually enjoy fitness, nutrition, and most importantly, your body again. How's that sound for you? Are you excited? Okay, I'm excited to share this with you. Okay, and one last set of don't take my word for it. Okay, whether it's Michelle, and don't look at these just from a place of like, Mike, I get it. Listen to these from a place of, wow, if this can work for others, it can work for me. I always believed in a quote I heard from a mentor. If one can, we all can. And that's why I share these with you. Michelle was the type of person that believed it was impossible for her to lose weight between being diabetic and having PCOS. And she lost weight very slowly by nature. And she didn't want to be on a diet. She believed that losing weight for her was impossible. The best part is here, she's down 80 pounds. And it has trickled into all the other areas of her life. She just got married recently. She is crushing it in her business. She has tripled her income in less than a year. And I really believe that starts with the confidence and the energy that one gains when they start to have the body that they want. Or Sean, who had just had his first son and wanted to feel the strength again to be able to play with his little kid. Because when his son was first born, he remembers feeling winded just walking his kid up the stairs, and that was embarrassing for him. Or Amber, who had given up losing weight for a decade. She had just given it up. Why? Because she believed that losing weight was miserable. She hadn't worn a bikini or a two-piece bathing suit in over 10 years. Here in this picture, and as you see in her win over on the right, she was down 20 pounds in her first 4 months. And the best part is, she bought her first bikini in over 10 years and wore it that August. Josh admittedly grew up not an athlete. His words, he was kind of like the gaming nerd, quote unquote, growing up. So taking care of his health and his body was never something he ever paid attention to, nor was it something he ever felt like he could figure out. I love what Josh has told me today. He's down over 50 pounds. He's at a weight he hasn't been at since high school. But here's the part that's really, I guess, vulnerable for him to have shared. He said he used to just get into romantic relationships kind of sometimes based on Whoever just gave him love and attention first, because deep down inside, he knew he didn't really love or have confidence in his own body and his own self. Today, and this might sound vain to you, I don't know, or shallow, but today he told me he's going on dates with women that years ago he would have never even had the confidence to ask out because he quote unquote felt like they were physically out of his league. And that all starts, he said, with the fact that he started to be excited and have confidence with the progress he's making with his own body. And he's doing this while working a ton of hours, while traveling a ton, working evenings, working weekends, and having his best income year ever. Sam, I told you a little bit about earlier, and you can see what she says on the right. She's starting to feel great in her own skin, feeling comfortable and grateful for what she's accomplishing, and continuing her progress moving forward. Or Laura. Laura's the type of person that, quote unquote, had tried everything. She came to us having done keto on her own and lost 4 pounds in 5 months, doing something that, quote unquote, everybody tells you is the way to lose weight. Do you know how frustrating that was for her? That all her friends told her, like, this is how I lost weight, this is how I lost weight, but it wasn't working for her? With the scientific approach we're going to teach you today, Laura has the confidence in her body that she's down over 30 pounds. She's loving working out for the first time in her life, and she's feeling younger energetically today in her 30s than she did in her 20s. It's so fun to see people win in this area. Taylor came to me at the end of a breakup, mentally and emotionally at a really low point. She might have even called it rock bottom, and is now down over 65 pounds. And if you talk to her then, at the start, versus talking to her now, it's like she's a completely different person. She smiles more, she laughs more, she talks with more confidence. She even recommended her friend Lindsay, that you see on the left there, who's now winning with this same method as well. Because again, it works for everybody. And this year alone, just with the strategies we're going to teach you here, between my girlfriend and I at the top left, and other people included as well, down over 3,000 pounds of fat loss to date just this year alone. And you're probably wondering, so what is it then? Okay, and I've told you a bunch about me at this point, so you know who's sharing this with you. Everything from growing up an athlete, but then getting super busy in my professional life after college, traveling a ton. And as a peak performance coach and business growth expert, my job is to make fitness simple for you, but have it conform to your business, to your family, to your lifestyle, and not the other way around. And I struggled with this for 8 years after college. And that's why I'm so excited to share it with other people when I finally started to figure it out for myself, and have now seen it work for hundreds and thousands of other people. So this is the part you would want to take notes with. What are the 3 pillars of the new model? What are the 3 pillars of the new model? Because the old way, the hard way, is leaving you with wasted time, wasted money, wasted energy, frustrated, depressed. You feel like you don't have the energy to play with your kids. You're scared to take your clothes off. You have low energy. Or you think you have to do restrictive dieting and eating. You lose some weight, you put it all back on. You have inconsistent results. The new way, what I call the Health and Wealth Academy, gives you sustainable results, increases your confidence, gives you high levels of energy, mental relief, and most importantly, improves your physique and helps you create the body that you most want. So pillar number 1 is knowing that sustainability is king. And when people miss this, it is the reason why they never truly get the results that they want. They might even see some progress and then put it all back on. I always believe the faster you think you can lose it, the faster you're going to put it all back on. And that's because people aren't focused on sustainability being king. If you can't sustain it, it is a horrible wellness plan. The plan of attack has to make sense for you. I believe you have to be able to answer 3 important questions when taking on a strategy. Number 1, do I enjoy the strategy? Do I enjoy the strategy? Because if you don't enjoy it, you won't keep doing it. Number 2, can I do the strategy anytime and anywhere? if it only works under perfect conditions, like when you're home with a perfect schedule, but then things get busy at work. You have to go to a wedding, you go on vacation, you have to travel, and then all of a sudden the strategy doesn't work under those conditions, it's not going to be sustainable for you. So number 2, can you do the strategy anytime, anywhere? And number 3, could you see yourself following the strategy forever, for years to come? If you can answer yes to those 3 strategies, then there's the possibility that sustainability is built into that program. But if you cannot, like when I tried keto, for example, if you told me I had to give up pizza and ice cream forever, it would have never been sustainable. So can you answer yes to those 3 questions? Because that is part of what makes it sustainable, is you gotta be able to eat what you want. The biggest mistake most people make is cutting out foods that they enjoy. And if you're cutting out foods that you really love, at some point you will fail. Whether it's 1 month, whether it's 6 months, whether it's 1 or 2 years, at some point you will fail. And then if you fail, what's worse is you normally put it all back on and causes even more frustration. So people who restrict foods they enjoy will never be able to abstain from them forever. Studies have proven that even the most disciplined men and women in the military have limited reserves of willpower. Meaning, even you and I at some point will run out of discipline and willpower and you will give in. Chances are you probably have already experienced this before. But when you incorporate foods you love and will still get results, you'll never have to feel like you have to choose between your loved ones and your social life and your favorite foods or your goals ever again. So what is that favorite food for you that you've had to believe at one point you had to eliminate forever if you really wanted to lose weight? And because of that, it felt hard. Go into the comment section and just share with me, what are the favorite foods that you don't want to give up, but you've believed at some point you had to give up if you wanted to lose weight? Is it pasta? Is it sandwiches? Is it cookies or cake or ice cream? Go ahead to the comments section and let us know, what are those foods that you don't want to give up, but you want to be able to get great results at the same time? And when you get this, that sustainability in the nutritional side of what you're doing is the key, you can go from constant frustration and anxiety to consistent and predictable results, all while going to weddings and parties, social events, and still being able to eat your grandma's famous chocolate chip cookies or eating a dinner on a vacation that you so badly want to eat that in the past you thought you had to say no to. Sustainability is key. Because the myth is that you can't eat amazing things and still be healthy and look good. That nutrition has to be miserable. The truth is, masters of fitness and nutrition know and understand that they can eat what they want while looking amazing and being healthy. I'm going to come back to Amber, who I told you about earlier. She told me that she had given up on nutrition and losing weight for over a decade for one main reason. She believed that it was going to have to be miserable, and she just wasn't ready to do that. She didn't want to make that decision to do something that was miserable because she still enjoys her social life. She still enjoys going out. And when Amber started following the methods that I'm teaching you today, she started over Cinco de Mayo weekend. And she was so excited to go out with her friends. The summer was starting off. And in the past, she would have been like, now is not the right time. She lost 8 pounds in her first 3 weeks while still drinking tequila, eating tacos, eating Girl Scout cookies, eating ice cream, and eating all of her favorite foods. I'll never forget it when she called me at the 3-week point. And she's like, oh my gosh, I am down 8 pounds and I've eaten literally all the different types of foods that I still love. This is crazy. And she was more committed and more excited about her health at that 3-week point than she had been in a really long time. It's because she started to see that she could have sustainability with nutrition while still getting results, and she didn't have to restrict or give up her favorite foods. So you're not choosing one or the other anymore. Take that in. You're getting health and physical benefits while literally being able to eat your cake too. When you aren't clear on this, though, you end up repelling all the good things in your life. And at some point, it leads you to burn out and become miserable. But instead, there is a way to simplify all this while actually enjoying food and fitness again. The second pillar is simplify your workout strategy. Simplify your workout strategy. Tell me if you relate to this. For so many years, because I had grown up an athlete, I thought I knew how to work out. So I'd walk into the gym and I would be like, well, what should I work out today? I think I'm going to do back today. And then I'd walk in a couple days later and be like, I think I'm going to do chest today. So I was making up workouts on the fly, just randomly doing exercises based on what was available, based on what equipment was there, right? And just based on what I felt like doing. And then when that wasn't getting me results, I went the opposite extreme. I started doing all these like confusing and complicated, elaborate workout plans that I was seeing online. I felt like some of the exercises that I had never done before growing up, I felt like they needed instruction manuals for the instructions on how to do the damn workout. Instead, what you need something simple. And most importantly, you need a workout strategy that you can incorporate into your lifestyle, not the other way around. Specifically meaning that you could do no matter how busy you get. You need to be able to have some workout plans that you could do in 12, 25, 30 minutes, as well as you could do workouts that you could do at your normal gym, but also workouts that you could do and still know you're going to get results from a hotel room, from a resort gym that doesn't have a lot of equipment. That is the key, is that a simple workout strategy that you know you can do anytime, anywhere, no matter how much you work, no matter where you travel, or no matter how you go about your day. That is the second key pillar. So stop the ridiculous routines, because when you enjoy your workouts, you can do them forever. And when you understand what actually drives results, you don't even have to work out at all. And I'm not saying you shouldn't work out. I think working out's super important for your emotions, your mental state. It accelerates your results. It is so good for you. But I have had clients who medically were told they could not work out at the time. And still, by understanding the methods and science that we're teaching here today, still lost 30 pounds. I had one client lose 55 pounds without being able to work out. And when you figure this out, you can enjoy working out. Do it because you want to, and not have to dread 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. workouts or worry if they're hardcore enough to get you results. You can truly do things however you like and not feel bad about it or worry that they won't get you results. And the third and most important pillar is the mentality of figuring this out for yourself in a way that you could sustain it forever. And I'm not saying trainers or programs are bad, but make sure you have a trainer or a program that is going to teach you to be able to do this forever. They're not just going to give you the fish, they're going to teach you how to fish. So have the mentality that you can become the type of person that wins with your health and all the other areas of your life. Stop relying on others. Because when you rely on others, you don't figure it out for yourself. And worse, if you just rely on others and don't learn to look within yourself about what you need, most programs that you could get online and in magazines and trainers at gyms, they just give you cookie cutter strategies anyways. And nobody has the same body, schedule, or lifestyle. And when I started to learn that and get that, only then was I able to finally figure it out in a way that sustainably worked for me. Instead, figure out something personalized for you based on what you enjoy, your lifestyle and your schedule, and something you could see yourself doing forever. Literally, through this method that I'm giving you here, you can get your bachelor's degree in nutrition and training without actually having to go to school to get your bachelor's degree in it. That's what you can learn here from this. And when you know the specific, scientific, and time-tested principles that work 100% of the time, you can create and obtain whatever results you're finally looking for. and then build the life of your dreams and live it on your terms. How does that all sound so far? How does that sound for you? Because that's what's possible when you embrace these three pillars. And when you get this, like Marcella on the right here, you can start to get another level of confidence. You can start winning with your relationships. Your energy goes through the roof. Your health is in the best place it's ever been. And you can win professionally. And when I say wealth, I do mean financially. I want to see people winning financially and professionally. But most importantly, when I say wealth, I mean true wealth, fulfillment, happiness that starts within you, mentally and emotionally. And that's what's possible for you when you figure out and you learn to win with these three pillars. Just like Giorgio on the left here, crushing it both professionally and now personally. Or Will, who not only is down 25 pounds, but is having his best year ever in business while taking care of himself. And he's leading other people and inspiring others along the way. So how do you do this? Whatever your motivation to change is, this is the path that gets you to it. Pillar number 1, food flexibility and sustainability. With less workouts or workouts that you enjoy, paired with the right mindset and routine that you can do anytime and anywhere. And this leads to winning with your health and your body and helping you create your perfect life. When you can eat whatever you want and it gives you flexibility, you can choose to train so it gives you freedom, and you have a shift in your mindset and routine, then you make it permanent. Like Paula on the left here. She was already in decent shape, but she was struggling to flatten out and burn fat around her belly. She's in school as a chiropractor, so it's not that she doesn't have the education around the body, but she is super busy. She started to see this method work so well for her, and she loves to eat, that she even told her friend Gia about it, who's now getting amazing results while building her business as well. Because again, these methods work for anyone. And then you start to be able to train because you want to, because you're excited to. Like Stephanie on the right here, her and her husband on a vacation, but still working out because they enjoy it, because they want to. Or Sean on a business trip on the left here, getting a late night workout in because he knows that it's making him the best version of himself. And it's something that he's choosing to do and not something that he has to do. And then when you have the mentality like Michelle here, that you're not going to rely on trainers, but that you're going to learn maybe from a trainer or from a program, but most importantly, you're going to learn to do it in a way that works for you and that you can figure this out for yourself so you can do it forever. That is the most exciting point. You see Michelle here, right? Down 9% body fat and 3.5 inches on her waist. So quick recap about what's possible for you. You can create the flexibility with your food so that you can enjoy your family, your work, your loved ones, stress-free without compromising your results. You can create energy and better health so you can show up as the best you with more confidence and clarity. What difference would that make with your business, your relationships? You can save your time, your money, and headaches by getting rid of trainers and cheap programs forever, by eliminating the mentality of lose weight as fast as possible and then end up buying a new program, a week later, a month later. You can stop guessing, you can stop dabbling, because my system that lets you take the wheel to your car, your body, to the point where it will start to feel like autopilot. It becomes a part of who you are no matter where you are or how busy you get while you enjoy the benefits. That's what becomes possible here for you. And everything you need is in a scientific and ruthlessly tested format to build the health and body of your dreams using this one simple method. And the 3 pillars within this method that we just shared with you. So you can finally stop trying everything. Right? If you relate to me, when I said earlier, I'd been vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, paleo, keto, and you can focus, because focus is key, and you can zero in on one method. Simplicity is the ultimate form of sophistication. One of my favorite quotes. Simplicity is the ultimate form of sophistication. But when you try and get better at everything, you actually master and get great at nothing. So stop dabbling and trying so many things. Instead, implement a fail-proof system so you can create your dream lifestyle with the right mindset and do it in a way that it can become permanent. So now you have a choice to make. You have a choice to make. You can try and figure this all out on your own and look like the woman here, stuck, frustrated, not sure what to do. That is your first choice. Or you can learn a proven and tested system from someone who's actually mastered this stuff and successfully implemented this system in hundreds of other clients' lives. And the same method has worked for hundreds and thousands of other people. And by making that choice, you can finally see how this can be implemented for you. That is the path that you need to finally see how this can be implemented for you. And so what my team and I have done is over the next 5 days, we've set aside some time knowing we were running this training to talk with you personally and see if we can help. What we'll do is we'll talk for 45 to 60 minutes. And what we'll do on that call is we'll map out an exact action plan for you to follow so that you can hit your health and body goals this year. And this call will probably be, what many people have told me before, the most valuable 45 to 60 minutes you spend working on your life this year. So it is an opportunity for us to coach you and teach you. You can click on this link here to schedule what we normally charge for this coaching session, for this strategy session, where we get to assess where you're at with your nutrition, where we can assess what you've tried already, where we can assess what has worked for you and isn't working for you, and then help you figure out how to implement this method into your life. What we'll do together is we'll dial into your health, your life, your goals, your work schedule, and get absolute clarity on how to reach your goals as fast as possible. And you'll get an exact strategy to make it all happen. Why would I do this though? Okay, why would I do these calls that we normally charge for free? Because if you do want me to personally work with you, and if you believe having myself and my team implement it with you would shorten the learning curve, would add a level of certainty, would give you the person in your corner for accountability that would guarantee you in your mind that you would make this work. If you're the type of person that knows that when you learn something but try and do it on your own, you lose focus. And you would want me or my team in your corner. If you know you're the type of person that just wants to go to the person who's mastered it and say, do this with me, show me how, then we have the opportunity to do that. And if we both think it is a good fit, I might invite you to become one of the new clients that I take on, and along with my team, personally guide through the methods that we just taught you until you get the results that you want. And if that is the case, I will have an opportunity on this call to walk you through what it would look like and take you through an overview of how my programs work, how they're designed, and how they're designed to get you to an easy and systemized fitness approach with maximum freedom around food. And with a team, we can accelerate the process for you because we've done this plenty of times before, and that's why we expect clients to start seeing results within 14 days. And that is what's possible for you on this call as well. But you have nothing to lose. The call doesn't cost anything to get on. It's not a sales call. We're going to use the opportunity to coach you, guide you, and give you the strategies that you need. But the calls will go fast. Okay? I know that might sound salesy, but we've pushed so many people to this training. But my team and I, our schedule can only handle 18 strategy sessions over the next 5 days. So if you do have an inkling on your heart or your mind that this could be what you need, you should apply now if you see an opportunity for you here. So click one of the links, okay? So you can schedule that call right away. And again, there's nothing to lose. It doesn't cost you anything to get on the call. It doesn't cost you anything on the call. And most importantly, it's not a sales call. It is a coaching and strategy call for you. If along the way on the call, you feel like it would benefit you to have a team in your corner, we will walk you through how those programs work, but it doesn't cost you anything. There's no risk for scheduling the call and getting on the call so you can get the information that you need. Either way, I'm excited to send you at this point the free guide to 6 packs and 7 figures now that you've completed the training. All right, so I'm excited to get that to you. And other than that, thank you for going through this training, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.